In this video, we will be seeing how to use if statement in C programming. So if statement is one of the conditional statements, which is part of control statements in C programming. So control statements in C programming, we use for controlling the execution flow. So for controlling execution flow and to add condition in our program, we use conditional statements, and one of the conditional statements is if statement. So let's start the C program by adding the standard input output header file, by including the standard input output header file to our program, and then void main function I'm writing, and I'm starting with the main function using opening curly bracket and ending it with closing curly bracket. So the syntax for using if statement is so I'm going to write it in comments like this. So for writing if statement or using if statement in C program, we use the syntax like if keyword followed by condition in parenthesis, and under this we write a block of statements or single statement as per requirement within the curly brackets. So here you can write the statements to be executed if condition is true. So you can write single statement or multiple statements. So if the condition is true, if condition given here results true, then these statements are executed. If this condition results false, then statements are not executed. Now let's see how it works. So I'm going to here take a variable. Let's take A. I'm declaring a variable, and then for this variable, the value I'm going to take it from user. So for that, I will be asking the user to enter A value or integer. So when the user enters integer value, we are going to scan it or take it into the program using scanf function along with the %d format specifier, which is for integers, and we are going to place it in address of A. Now we are having the A value. So now I'm going to compare it if A is greater than 50. So if it is greater than 50, we are going to print on the screen A is greater than 50. So if it is greater than 50, then only we are going to print A value, and later we are going to here print A value. So for printing A value, I'm taking A as it is along with %d format specifier, and in this place of %d, we are going to substitute the variable value of A. So variable value, that is A value, we are going to print. So this is our program. So here we ended the main. So I'm going to cut this bracket from here and place it here, just to avoid any confusion. So this is the syntax which we have written in comments, and this is our main function inside which we have written the code where we are using if statement. So now in this program, we added the standard input output header file, written the main function inside which we have declared a variable A, which is of type integer. We are giving a message to user to enter A value, and when the user enters A value, we are going to scan it using scanf function, and for scanning it we are using the format specifier %d, which will scan an integer, and after taking in the integer, it will assign it to address of A. So whenever we are using scanf, and operator we use, which is nothing but here it acts as address of operator. So we read it, so we can read it as address of A. So next we are using the if statement. If A is greater than 50, this is our condition which we are going to check. So if this condition is true, then it will print A is greater than 50. That means it executes the if block. And if this condition is false, then it will not print A is greater than 50. It will just print A value. So now let's compile first to check if any errors. So there are no errors or warnings. Now let's run it. So when I run, I get enter A value. So I'm going to give 55. So I'm getting A is greater than 50, A 55. So now let's take or print it in new line. So I'm going to write here /n, which will create a new line or move the cursor to new line. So now let's again run it. So compile and run. So if you make any changes, always compile it. So A value I'm now giving 56. A is greater than 50, A 56. Now again run it. I'm going to now give 46. So I'm getting only A 46 because A is less than 50 and this condition is false. We are getting A 46, but it is not printing A is greater than 50. So based on the condition result, the if block gets executed. So if the result of condition is true, then if block gets executed. If it is not true, if it is false, then if block is not executed. So that is how we use if statement in C program.